Hello, everybody, and welcome back to EDH for Fun. This is Season 2, Episode 5. Sorry about the delay in getting this video up. We had severe internet issues for the entire of last week, and it meant we couldn't actually record, and because of work schedules and stuff, we couldn't actually catch up before the weekend. How are you guys all doing? Enjoying your week off?
Yeah, not much of internet
Yeah.
again. It's nice.
Not having to build a deck this week, he sort of saved me. I feel a bit more refreshed now.
Yeah.
Love it.
No, I know the feeling.
A break was good, but I've been looking forward to playing with this commander for a long time now. So I'm very much looking forward to this evening.
I was looking forward to it, and then I saw everyone else's commanders, and then I was like, ah. But yeah, I am excited to play Adriana. It's an interesting card, and it's not a color combination I play often, so there is that.
You need to call.
And then yeah, so we've got next week planned. The week after, I think we're going to do some. We're going to swap it round. So we're going to do Zendikar Rising to show off some of those new ones.
As we film this, we're in the middle of spoiler season.
Yes.
Lots of interesting cards are coming out the woodwork.
Yeah, so hopefully that will be a fun one in a few weeks' time. But yes, enough of that. I think today we are playing a game based similar to what we did last season, which was Scrabble. If you watched the last video, we drew tiles at the end, and they become the cards, or they become the first letters of the cards we can use in our deck. We can't use any others other than basic lands. So all of the letters were used apart from X, Y, Z, because there aren't many of those cards, and then J, and Q, sorry, and then J and U are combined together, so every letter has approximately the same number of cards for us to use. And we drew those tiles, and we built our decks based on them. So before we go into what we're playing, this is just a reminder for you guys on how we actually score points. So this doesn't change every week. This is the same as what everyone would expect. It's just gaining points for doing commander things and losing points for doing non-fun things. Last game, we were playing decks where everyone else chose our colors. And the game was really fun. Do you guys think? I really enjoyed it.
I wasn't looking forward to it, but I was pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed the deck I used, and would actually consider getting it in real life. I really enjoyed it.
The dragons were terrifying. And I, for one, am grateful that you didn't kill me on turn 5, because the game lasted just long enough for me to sneak the win, taking me up to 14 points in total. Nathan came in second, which was basically just due to a misplay right at the end that allowed me to sneak through. They got 3 points up to 11. Rob came third, but also got first blood, so also gaining 3 points up to 11. And then finally, Tom came in last place, getting up to 9 points overall. Which means you are going first today, so there are bonuses, I guess. Okay, and as I said, we've got our Scrabble. Nathan, since you've got your cards revealed already, why don't you let us know what you decided to play?
Okay, so I decided to play Finax, God of Deception. This is a little bit different. It's basically a mill deck. So going to be a bunch of walls, like Glacial Wall, which will be able to use the ability that Finesse gives them to mill as much as possible. Then I've got some counter spells, particularly ones that have of milling your opponent when you counter their spell. Applying artifacts like Grind Clock, which help with the milling. And then there is a couple of alternative wins. So Guilt Feeder will deal damage based on a number of cards in the player's graveyard. So if I can't quite finish someone off with just milling alone, attack them with Guilt Feeder, they will die.
Yeah.
Decent.
Big bucks.
So yeah, it's not the most interesting deck in the world. It kind of just does one thing very, very linearly. I'm gonna try and keep the milling even amongst the players, maybe, or I might just attack Phil. I don't know.
I think I'm going to vote for the second option there.
I'd prefer if you didn't.
Funny that.
So yeah, that's the sort of plan that I've got for today. Intrigued by these mono green decks, so let's go over to Tom and he can tell us about his god and what he's doing with his.
Oof. From one god to another. Sure. Yeah, well, mine's not a mill deck, so you're all happy. It's green. It's big and green. I had a lovely letter E, so I thought elves were on the to-do list, but there wasn't actually that many elves.
Isn't this card banned?
Oh no. Is this banned?
I'm fairly sure.
Yep, Raphelos Lanois Emissary is on the EDH ban list for good reason.
It's fine. We can sort that out
we've
before
got a
we start.
ban card here.
This is a great start.
As I say, there are only like 3 legendary creatures that are banned. Maybe
Amazing.
4, but that's one of them.
That's something I think we will fix after this. Let's talk about Tom's other cards in the meantime.
Point. I'll ignore that. But yeah, let's look at sort of ramping stuff that isn't banned. I have lots of useful letters, like N got me some Nixie stuff.
Oh, so you got Nykthos as well, presumably.
Presumably. And then great big creatures to end with is the plan. Nylia's interesting. She's the newer god, so rather than just sort of static, I can't remember what the other one does, like static trample, I think. This one actually makes my spells cheaper, and then also gives me the ability to sort of dig for them if I have nothing else to do with my mana.
Yeah.
So yeah, should be big and green. I guess what's the other big and green deck doing?
So the other big and green deck decided to try and dodge something that plagued him last time and last season. I was uncertain on what commander to use until I remembered I had O, and Omnath, Locus of Mana, came to mind. 3 mana 1/1. Green mana doesn't empty from my mana pool as steps and phases end, and he gets a power boost, but that's a bit irrelevant. It's mostly for the mana storage. I have lots of big spells in here. I have scary things, maybe. Probably not saying that, actually, in here. As long as I have 3 forests, I will be fine for mana for the rest of the game. So I have fun things.
You hope.
Yeah, I hope. I'm now going to get mana screwed, guaranteed.
Well, I don't know. There is the option of killing Omnath. Remember?
Yeah, that too. But we're not going to talk about that option. That's not a thing that happens. So I've got Bellowing Tangleworm to give other green creatures I control Intimidate, which would be great against players who aren't called Tom. I couldn't resist putting Impervious Great Worm in here purely because it's a 16/16 indestructible creature. That's just too absurd. Manglehorn is quite fun. I thought that was an interesting card to bring out. So when it ETBs, I can destroy a target artifact. For example, a grind clock that's grinding me stuff down, or a Nyx Lotus that's ramping someone up, for example. Got a fair few fog effects in here. I've got Obscuring Haze and a few other fun ones that are quite nice. The fog effects in green are pretty ubiquitously good. They're all pretty cheap as well, though this one's really free if you can manage it. And of course, T managed to get me the word "the," which is technically the start of the card name. So,
yeah.
the Great Henge has the T at the start, so I was able to use, obviously, the Great Henge and a fair few other cards that start with "the," because technicalities.
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot.
What are you bringing to us, Phil? I see red and white and hitty things, and I'm scared.
Yes. So, if people have been watching carefully, they'll have noticed that a few weeks ago, when we had our Marathon week, I was playing 5 colours. And then, the week after that, I cut out blue and played Saskia. Last week, I cut out black and played Rin and Seri. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to continue the trend and cut out another colour. So this time I've cut out green. And I had the letters A, D, F, H, and L. So I had a look through all of my letters. And I saw there was quite a few Boros commanders. And I decided, you know what? I'll cut it down. I'll go Boros. So this deck is going to play fairly wide. It's all about like making a bunch of tokens and then attacking everyone at once for the power boost, because everything has melee. So melee is whenever this creature attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each opponent you attacked with a creature this combat. So if I only attack one person, it gets +1/+1. If I attack all 3 of you, they get +3/+3. So the rest of my cards I'm showcasing are like Darian, King of Kjeldor. Whenever I'm dealt damage, I make that many 1/1s, which is a nice way of filling up the board if you hit me. There are quite a few battalion effects, like Firemane Avenger here. So this one says when it and at least 2 other creatures attack, its Lightning Helix is a thing. And I've got a few other battalion creatures to try and get the most out of going wide. Hammer Perforos is showing off that I can get my stuff speedy. So if my things have haste, I make a load of 1/1s. I can attack everyone for a bunch of 4/4s, essentially. And then finally, I've got a nice little cheap token maker at the end, the Loyal Apprentice, that if I have my commander, it makes doctors with haste, and they're going to get big and attack people, hopefully. So I am playing a very linear deck. I don't really have a lot of removal or recursion. It's just going to be play things, hit people, hopefully. But we'll see.
As one of the people, I'm not a fan of this plan.
Yeah, so it seems like we're all... Well, no, we're not all ready to go. Tom's a little way off yet. But the rest of us are ready. So if you're ready at home, we'll see you in the game.
Ooh.
Alrighty, we are back. All our mulligans have been resolved. Tom will be taking the first turn. But before you go, will you inform us of the swaps in your deck?
Oh, my now legal deck. I put in a lovely little Utopia Sprawl because it was 1 mana. It was one of my letters. Not quite tapping to add mana because I'm a forester control, but yeah, it's fine.
Watcher's Utopia Sprawl is already in his deck.
No.
It isn't it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, turn 1, just Utopia Sprawl. Actually, no, because you can't. Yeah. Yeah, fine. Right. Let's start this off. Then.
I think that's the second time you've submitted an illegal deck.
Yeah.
First
I
time.
think you played a double black when you're only allowed to play one of each pip, one of each colour.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh.
Tom and his illegal plays.
Stuck on the legal place. I'm gonna pay 1 for a lovely little. Is it Dragon? Dragon?
Jaraga.
Oh,
Dragon.
it's a 1-1. It's a 1-1. It's 1-1.
Yeah. Looks like
It's good
someone's
level up.
getting first blood.
I passed turn.
I don't know.
Yeah,
What if I play?
once you've got-
What if I play a 1-1 with haste?
Then
the old
someone
Decklists.
is still getting first blood. I play a forest and pass.
I mean, I guess technically that is true.
Yeah.
All right. I will draw. Oh, that was a nice card to draw. I play a Plains, and I will play a Legion's Landing. Boop.
Nice. Legion's Landing's good.
Which is a 1-1. No, it makes a 1-1 with lifelink. When 3 or more creatures I control attack, it transforms into a white land that for 3 mana makes a token.
That's a good card, that is.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it begins with L, which is one of my letters. And it swaps into an A, which is also one of my letters.
I'm noticing a theme.
Very much so.
After that, I am done.
Cool. Draw a card. Play the card I drew.
Nice.
And I pass the
I'm following
turn.
all these plays. It's good. Oof. I will untap. I'll draw. So annoyingly, I could level up, puts a counter on him. Once he's got a counter on it, you can then start tapping for mana. But I think I actually kind of like that first blood thing.
You are currently in last place.
Exactly. Let's get it.
Points mean fictional prizes.
Yeah. Rob, you're more
Points
like
mean real prizes. I got to be Nicol Bolas.
Are you attacking me, Tom?
Yeah, you're more likely to have creatures early than Nathan is.
Wow.
Say if he attacked me, I would block it. So
yeah.
So he knows that I'm about to deal 1 damage to myself anyway, and he wants to keep it even.
That's nice.
I will remember this, Mr. Coates. I will remember. Is that turn?
Nah.
He hasn't
I will
played
then
lands yet.
Yeah, I can live in hope.
play a forest. And then I'm going to pay 2 for another elf, which taps mana. And is legal.
A clause we now require for your decks. Well, not to be outdone, I will play a forest. I will tap 2. And I will also play an elf, Incubation Druid.
It's also a 0-2.
Exactly.
So sad, I had J.
So yeah, there we go. That is my turn finished.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Aww. I'll play Mountain. And attack Nathan for 1.
But it won't be even.
Gain a life. Yeah, then I'm done.
And stop on doing this for a,
Turns out I didn't keep the best of hands.
Oh no.
Funk it. I mean, I got a 1-mana 1-1. That's alright.
Yeah.
Straight tapped. That's my go.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Swamp. I'll tap these. Wall of Graves. Opposite
Oh
side.
no. A 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
that's an unhappy activated ability there.
It's fine. I'm just going to keep throwing 1/1s at him. Destroy target creature blocked by wall of corpses. References Kervek. Good old Kervek.
Oh,
Such a cheerful line. They should make walls of their flesh, and their blood will be my mortar. I think he needs some therapy.
probably needs a hug.
Yeah.
Hug him. Don't hug him.
He'll probably stab you.
Just don't hug him. Okay.
And definitely
I'm
don't go
gonna
for a
pay
shave.
1 for an Essence Warden. It's another elf.
That is a very good card against me.
That's just a very good card.
I mean, I'm about to make a lot of tokens.
2. I'm going to level up my level up. I shouldn't do it. Oh, yeah, no, we'll do it with dice. Just so it's not +1 counter.
Now he's a 1/2.
Shrink it down. Yes, he's now 1/2, and now he can tap for 2 green. So I'm going to tap him for 2 green, and I'm going to play Nissa's Triumph, which lets me try to do basic forests. I don't control Nissa.
As well.
I
Did you get N in your letters? Oh yeah, you must have done. Stupid question there.
N and E. That is a very good elf set.
Yeah.
So I will have this forest and this forest.
That, if you control a Nissa clause, is very potent.
And I'll put one in play. Oh, I can still do something. I will then pay 1 for expedition map.
The ramp is real.
Kill my ramp.
I thought I'd be the ramping deck at this table, but clearly Tom's that hold my beer.
Well, we do have 2 mono green.
Right.
Oh.
Is that your turn, Tom?
Yep.
I will untap. I will draw. I will play a forest. Surprising no one.
That was my surprise noise.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tap 2 mana and play Oakheim Adversary, because an opponent controls a green permanent. So, a handy 2/3 Death Touch Elf Warrior. It's another elf!
And when it deals damage to a player, draw a card.
Yes, indeed.
Lots of elves on this field.
Amazing card.
Yeah. I'm going to tap Incubation Druid and tap Forest. Tap my Forest for 2 green mana. And I'm going to put Ordeal of Nylia on there. Enchant creature on the Death Toucher. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, I put a counter on it. Then if 3 or more counters are on Ordeal on the creature, I sacrifice the enchantment and search for 2 basic lands, read forests, and put them onto the battlefield.
Getting that O working for you?
Basically, yes. And now I will pass the turn.
Right, let's see if I can do anything this turn. Ooh! Woohoo!
I don't like that noise.
Sounds like
I will play it. I can do something. I'm playing another flip card because apparently they're all in my letters.
Amazing. Azor's Gateway.
I remember Azor's Gateway.
From my Eldrazi deck.
Yes.
But it only worked in the game after we played, not the actual game.
Yes. It works off camera, but not on.
Yeah. And it flips into add my mana life total. My life total mana.
Such a disgusting card.
Casual.
But I don't have any ways to abuse it, really, in this deck.
Yeah. It's quite hard to flip on its own.
Yeah. And then I'm going to attack Tom.
Whoa.
My 1/1. You can block.
I can deal with that. I'll take the 1. That's
Cool.
fine.
I'll gain 1. After that, I'm done.
Cool. Untap. Draw.
Could at least have played a creature to make up for the life loss guard.
I didn't draw a creature.
Just keep flipping.
It's fine. I have already told you I'm playing a token deck, so the Essence Warden will do good for you.
Still scares me. I've seen Essence Wardens generate absurd amounts of life.
It's true.
Yeah. No P for the Panamonica and fun time.
Play
So.
Curse of the Bloody Tome. Targeting fell.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Well, we've got
curses.
45 turns left.
Nothing like a handy little clock.
Oh wait, no, it's 30 turns left. Well, and that's without using my Azor's Gateway.
Okay. All right.
Oh dear.
I'm sure between the 3 of us we can speed up your demise. Don't worry.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What is the best thing to do?
This curse gives me an excuse to do crazy things.
Did you need an excuse?
After seeing his life's work drip away, the mage decided it was a good time to go crazy. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
You are not Zoidberg.
Oh. Nah,
I think I can do everything. All right, I'm going to pay
I'm
2.
scruffy.
I'm going to crack my map. Which...
When did you level him up the second time?
I haven't. I don't know why the dice has moved.
Oh, okay.
So I get to search my library for any land and put it in my hand.
Yeah.
I have a particular land that's reasonably good in.
It begins
index.
with N.
Yeah, there's the Nick farce.
I'm just gonna play a little casual myth on my turn.
1, 2,
Let's see.
3.
What does that add? Only adds 3.
He would break even, essentially.
Currently.
Oh well, it's still tapped for just normal mana. So I'm going to pay 3 for Journey of Discovery. It's on a few J cards.
Are you going to
I can either
it?
land, or I can. No, I'm just going to play it. I'm just going to play 2 additional lands this turn. Because I have this land and this land that begins with an R. I'm then going to pay 4. Oh god.
For your god?
For my god.
My god!
An enchantment.
No, there's
Still.
only 1 out at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sure
so I don't actually gain life, that's sad.
2.
That'll... Ooh, anyone defenseless? No.
Phil?
Yeah.
Ooh, Phil is... Oh, he's on more life than anyone else. Yeah. Have an Essence Warden to the face.
I'll take 1.
Gotta love the aggressive Essence Warden plays. Yeah, that's time.
The Aggressance Warden.
Aggressive Warden.
Right. I'll untap. I will draw. Interesting card I drew there. Right. I'm going to play a forest. Surprising. Absolutely nobody. I'm going to move to combat. And I'm going to declare an attack against Phil.
Yep.
I get a counter.
I take 3.
And you take 3, and I draw a card. That is unhelpful. Very well. I'm going to tap 3. Omnath!
Nomi.
Om nom nom nath. There we go. So I'm going to tap a forest just to float the mana. So I'm going to put the amount of mana in my mana pool here.
Yeah.
Just to denote how much green mana I've got. If my board wasn't green, I would make that green, but that's just going to be a recipe for us not seeing where it is. Then I'm going to pass the turn.
Cool. End your turn. I'm going to draw a card and exile a card from... Does that help?
I don't know, does it?
I don't know. I'm gonna throw away this land. Okay, so untap, upkeep. I mill 2 more lands. Wonderful.
Oh,
I don't know if that actually might be helpful.
It is. Okay, that's a card that's not a land.
there you go.
Okay, what do I want to play?
Magic.
Oof, tough choice.
Oof.
I am gonna play a Leonin War Leader.
Ooh.
When it attacks, I make 2/1/1 cats.
Oh, no.
That are tapped and attacking.
And they have lifelink as well.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna swap the so this pile's lessen. Then I'm gonna pass because I have a feeling I'm gonna get attacked a lot.
Don't know what gives you that idea.
I don't know.
Because I need to get it in while I got the chance.
The fact that the 2 people who attacked me last turn were able to and did.
It's uncanny.
I think Nathan probably went to swing at you.
That's true. That's because his wall has defender.
I was about to say that's because he can't, not because he doesn't want
I
to.
literally can't. Yeah.
Blue-black, of course, renowned for their hasting creatures.
There's Rankle. Rankle hastes.
True.
Fair.
Yeah, Rankle's quite good.
So we
Not
managed
in-
to have it
Not
renowned
in his
for
letters, but...
one creature.
Bloodgast.
That's only if the opponent has 10 or less life, I believe.
Not a problem.
We can get that.
All their visions will be on to draw a card.
Nice. Nice 1/1.
Graveyard has 20.
We're getting that B working for him. I do enjoy building the Scrabble decks. They are very hard, but they're fun.
Yeah.
Once I've got the commander sorted, that's where usually I then hit a stride.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the bauble.
Mitch from Commander's Quarters' favourite card.
Yeah.
It's because of him, it's not under a budget card.
Yeah!
Oh.
I can get a basic land card. I'm going to get either an island or a swamp. And then my turn.
I love the fact that the budget YouTube channel has caused a card not to be budget purely by using a budget card. It's beautiful irony.
You going to play tapped?
It does.
For the library.
I don't know what I want to do.
How many levels does Jirag Tree Speaker have? Just the one?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, is it when I'm rotating the cards, it swivels
rotates
the
the
dice? Yeah.
The quirks of Tabletop Simulator. We find new ones every week.
Oh, yeah.
That's weird.
I think... Oh. Choices.
Maybe use one of the counters instead. The dice.
It's a different type of counter, though. I don't know. It works fine. It's just a little awkward.
until we forget what level
That's
it's
true.
on.
Okay, I I'm gonna have a little diggy with my commander, see what we can get. So I'm gonna pay 3 to do her ability. So I get to build up on my library. If it's a creature, I put it in my hand. Otherwise, I can mill it. There you go. Okay.
Whoa!
That's a good creature.
Yeah. All right. Sure.
That's a very good creature.
Rampaging Baloths makes me sad.
Well,
So
I guess we just chill there. So
who's got that early game board wipe, guys?
5. Okay. I'll pay 2 to activate Nikos. That's 4 mana, so 1 more. It's 5 because of my reduction. See, I'll have a nice rampaging bailiffs. It's nice.
It's creature now.
Oh god.
And
Yeah.
Oh, my god's online.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Question is, does she stay the blocker or is she destructible block? I want to swing it. Now we're green friends. I'm going first at Phil because he's winning.
I block with
the overall
game.
game.
I gain a life.
Yay,
Here
green
for
friends.
Exactly. We can be friends.
Sounds good to me.
So your commander wins the race in the end, but I mean, yeah, that'll probably do. Can't do anything else.
Cool.
2 mana. Yep. Go for it.
I will draw a card. Okay, I'm going to play a forest. I meant to do something before you ended turn. I forgot. Never mind. Right. I still have 1 green mana in my mana pool, so technically I have 6 mana right now. Technical mana is the best kind of mana. I've got a Death Touch blocker. I want to be attacking with him though. What's the problem? A 3/4. He's a 3/4 now. It'd be a 4/5 on the attack. Okay. I've played a forest this turn. I'm going to tap 3 for Triumph of Ferocity. At the beginning of my upkeep, I draw a card if I control the creature with the greatest power or tied for the greatest power.
Currently,
Currently, I don't.
But you could do very easily.
I now do. No, I don't. I'm still a couple of mana points off. Rats. Never mind.
What did you just do?
I tapped my forests, remaining forests on my incubation druid. So Omnath is now a 5/5. That is a wise idea. I'm going to move to combat. Sorry, Phil. I'm going to attack you. With a 4/5 Death Touch.
I declare no blocks.
Cool. I just want the card draw. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I pass the turn.
Remember to mill.
I will not forget. Don't worry. A Chroma and another mountain.
Well, I'm happy the Achroma's gone.
I don't think I'm going to get that because I keep throwing away all my lands.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get that right there.
I'm definitely watching Rob play all the cards that I kept thinking, oh, that'd be a good card to add, and then realise it wasn't my letter.
right.
Ooh.
Just gonna put a big target. Archangel of Foon.
Well.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a card.
Then, I'm sorry, Nathan, but you're the only one I can safely attack.
I gain life from the food. And I gain 2 more for those.
There's still a 4/4, yeah?
Oh, wait. You are being attacked by 6. And
okay.
Legion's Landing triggers. Because I've attacked with 3 or more creatures.
Yeah.
Whoop,
Hey.
land.
So I'm taking 6.
And I get 2 triggers on Archangel of Foon.
Oh god.
Yeah. And you gain 2 life.
And I gain 2.
So Phil,
Yeah,
I think we can be friends now.
If you stop attacking me, we can be friends.
Okay. I just all I want is that enchantment to pop. That's all I want.
You could have thrown it at Tom because he's on the highest life, and if he blocked, he was losing his rampaging Beloth and
We're
his
green
commander being a
friends.
creature. All right, I'm done.
I'm also not going to piss off the player with the rampaging Beloth army. That's not a clever choice.
Well, he didn't have a land last turn, so
That is true. That is true.
I mean, I don't.
The Gilded Lotus.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Have a Gilded Lotus for black. Play Chains of
Mephistopheles.
Mephistopheles.
So this card required a
In
debate.
response to this, I'm gonna draw a card.
Okay.
Okay, so it's any other card bar our initial one.
Yeah.
That's fine, I'm not playing that much card draw.
That makes me very, very sad.
Alright. I'm discarding Fumiko because it doesn't help me here.
It's a goofy looking card.
How do I get rid of Chains
like
of
it.
Mephistopheles?
Yeah, so as we talked about this before. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I didn't want to discard my hand. That's the thing that just happened.
And then I pass the turn.
So you still want to draw more than your starting card, okay.
Yeah, so if you draw a card in anyone else's turn, or you draw extra cards in your turn.
Considering I have 2 potential extra draw things, this makes me sad.
Oh yeah. It's not May. It's not May.
I do not have the creature with the highest power.
True.
So I can empty my mana pool really at any point. So
how?
Well, not at any point, but
I guess Flash is a thing.
Flash is a thing. Not in this deck, it's not. But
I
can make sure that my turn I have no mana in my mana pool at some point.
That's really funny.
Okay. I feel like Foon needs to be dealt with like this turn.
I agree.
I don't think it does.
Of course, you're going to say that.
I'm not. I don't think so either.
It's because you don't care about life totals.
I'm gonna start by doing the shrine thing. So I get 6 mana. So I've done my ability twice. So I'll do it once. So it's
you mill.
Explore. Yeah, I'll mill that. There you go, Nathan. I'm helping you. Look at me go.
Yay!
You mill twice.
Yeah, well, twice. Screw it.
Did you know in Yu-Gi-Oh they use the term mill to describe the same thing?
Interesting.
They probably stole it.
Good players have no idea why.
Probably.
Well, it's got nothing to do with Pot of Greed. Of course, they have no idea why.
I'm then going to throw Nylia at Rob and
Betrayal.
my Baloth at Phil.
But Archangel of Thune's only a 5/6.
Why?
Right.
I guess I declare no blocks.
Why is Nylia coming at me, of all things, Tom?
I mean, everyone's been swinging at Phil. It just feels mean.
Okay. I take 5.
I've not swung at anybody.
It's because you have
You
a
cursed
wall!
me!
You
Cursed me!
Yeah, I cursed you,
more
so I didn't
damage
have to
on it.
target you with any of my targeted mill spells.
Ah.
I'm being
Okay.
nice to you.
That's fine. I'll allow it.
How are you going to deal with the Archangel, Tom? That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm
Deadly
going to
Recluse.
post-combat pay 4 mana
Uh-huh.
for an Eldritch Evolution. So I'm going to sack my commander, who is a 4 CMC. I guess that's probably something that's up to 6. Yeah.
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 Do you have...
Now,
oh, no, you don't have S in your...
There's a
then
rather
this gets-
nice big
That gets
monkey,
exiled.
No, it's Cogler.
which is gonna enter, and it's gonna fight the Foon.
Okay. I gain 5 life.
You do indeed. I gain 1 life.
And I get a trigger for all my creatures getting big.
Acceptable. I will then play land and get a 4/4.
I can't believe Cogler is 6 mana. Like,
I know, right?
It's so good. So
Cogler
good.
is so good.
It's because it's like heavy green, so it's kind of meant to be like its balancer, because it's like obviously you have to have a lot of green to obviously in a
Lots of
mono
mono
green.
green.
Yeah. But that's kind of like
my
its
idea
mana.
for my on Magic Arena is to do
Faster.
the Cogler faster combo.
oh.
Yeah, that's gross.
Oh,
I did not.
bouncer, yeah.
I did
Yeah,
not enjoy it.
bouncer.
It took me many turns to stop it. I did not enjoy it one bit.
Mm.
Okay. Right, I have
That
played
being the like
land.
pseudo text, like yeah.
If chains wasn't a thing, I would have other plays. But the second I draw a card, I lose my hand.
You discard your hand and then mill the top card of your library.
Yeah.
It's a weird card.
It's a very weird card.
It's also worth 700 quid.
Yeah.
Is it actually?
It is.
Yeah.
For no reason other than it's on a list.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Right. Okay. I think... Oh my god, that would...
Why have I not saved the city's blessing yet?
I keep forgetting that's a token.
Yeah. I do have the city's blessing, by the way. I am ascended.
Okay.
Oof.
My Oakham adversary is going to attack Nathan.
Ooh.
So it is now a 5/6 Death Toucher. Oh no!
Yes.
No! Oh no! I don't! No, I don't! No, I don't! No, I don't! No, I don't! I recant that attack. That is not a thing. Because if I hit you, I. Arrgh! Flipping chains.
Oh yes, the yours draws a card when it hits.
Depends how badly you want those lands.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants them all that badly, to be honest. He's got plenty.
I'm sitting on 10 mana right
No,
now.
actually, you need the lands. Attack me. Take the lands.
Something is making me
cards.
not believe you here.
All those cards.
I mean, think of the land, Rob. You're behind me. You need to get up on the lands.
I'm fine. No, I'm hating the fact that I'm going to pass the turn.
Oof.
Untap. Up. A land and Hour of Devastation. No.
As a spicy board wipe.
So do we have any of that sweet spicy enchantment removal?
I mean, I'm sure it's a green thing.
It is a green thing.
I'm gonna play a high market.
It's not really a red white thing.
Tom, I don't suppose you want to use Cogler to attack Nathan, do you?
Oh yeah, he does that as well.
Because he needed more lines of text.
I mean, I have like no extra draw effects because my commander's not draw; it's reveal. So I'm fine. I'm chilling.
This was not
No
part
threat
of my
to
plan.
anybody.
Well, I can hit Tom really hard. But do I want? That's a real question.
I mean, I wouldn't want to personally. That's just not into hitting me.
I mean, if you attack me with Cogler, I can kill it. So that's a... I have decisions. Sorry about taking this time.
No problem.
Thing.
This is an interesting board state.
Fairly spread. Oh, I totally missed that level up to sorcery speed.
Okay, I think I'm going to move into combat.
Ooh.
I'm going to attack Tom with this.
What about its buddies?
The buddies are going at Nathan. They're just 1/1s. Because
Well, I'll
you
block
give them
one of the 1/1 and take
7/7.
It is a 7/7. That's why I'm throwing it at you, because you attacked me with the lots.
Yeah, so I'll block one of the cats and take 1.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I get 2 life for that. So yeah, I'm just gonna take 7.
A casual take 7.
It's really upsetting. I'm done. I can't do a lot, as it turns out.
What about all that untapped mana?
Irrelevant.
Huh?
What about all that untapped mana, Phil?
Yeah, I don't particularly want to play my commander, because I think someone's going to play a board wipe. And I couldn't play a board wipe. Basically, yeah. These are my reasons.
So, happiness for 3 black.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I pair into the abyss, targeting Rob.
Target player draws cards equal to half the number of cards in their library and loses half their life.
What?
So you don't draw them because of change.
So that's mill my hand and the half of my library, right? Because of chains.
Yeah, are you drawing that and discarding?
The
No.
most
40...
ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen.
You only will end up milling 37 because the first 5 cards you draw you discard instead.
I mean, that's
really
still
funny. That's really funny.
That's still
I'm glad I'm cursed.
That's still 42 cards into my graveyard.
It is.
Jeez.
And you're losing 17 life.
That artwork is horrendous.
Wow.
Wow. I'm really glad I got cursed now.
Wow.
Oh boy. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
What happens with the cards in my hand?
They get discarded. Essentially, the first one you would draw, you discard. Then the next one you draw, you would discard.
With the cards in my hand already.
Yeah. What do you
You
mean?
have to.
Do
So
they go
they're all
anywhere?
in
The
the
cards
graveyard.
that
They
are
should all be-
already.
In your hand,
Yeah.
should have.
So do they get milled as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, but instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you've already put in here,
Right.
it's not in addition to. It's an instead of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
so the last 5 wouldn't.
So
Yeah, the last 5 wouldn't be milled.
the last 5 specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. They hit your 0.
So these are on top of your deck.
No, they're
these
not.
5 here. Oh, I see.
Yeah, you'll see what I draw, but I don't really care at this point.
And then all of these are in the graveyard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
these in your hand.
brutal.
That is...
That's shockingly brutal.
Yeah, that... Wow.
Wow.
See, I thought you did it to Tom, which is why I was like, yeah, this is great. Gets him a bit lower.
Wow.
Scared of that on.
Oh, no, these should be on top of your deck.
Oh, on top of my deck? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't draw any in the end. You basically discard your hand and mill.
Oh,
that
well,
many.
Let's pause the recording whilst we resolve this. Recording again. Okay, so we've got that all resolved. I am left empty-handed and half-lived and half-libraried. Yeah.
Brutal.
Casual.
Yeah. So.
And after that insanity, I pass to Tom.
Oof. Okay. Just sort of happened to me, to be honest.
I was going to say that the reason I didn't do Tom was because he's got Cogler and I was scared that he might destroy my chains.
Tom,
he may destroy my chains anyway after
please.
seeing what just happened.
Please attack him. Please. Because if he's got targeted mill for me, he's got targeted mill for you.
That's true.
It's definitely. Oh. Okay, so I will reveal this because I just drew it. It's a miracle.
Woo!
Well, I think I'm going to swing it.
Yeah, and he's left the wrong color mana open, so he can't destroy whatever.
Yeah.
Sugar.
So I guess my big monkey is gonna get it because that way he gets trample, I guess. Yeah, I feel like Nathan deserves at least something being thrown at him after that display. I mean, that was just a bit gross. I don't think anything else I'm gonna want to do matters. So, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna throw a very big monkey at Nathan now, I guess. Then I don't think I'm gonna do anything else because Rob doesn't deserve it, and Phil's got some decent blockers. So, yeah, it's just a big monkey coming your way, Nathan. I'm gonna blow up this horrendous chains of Mistopheles monstrosity. Cogder is a 13-12 currently.
So there's no block.
It has to be blocked because of the miracle. I'm sorry.
I'll take 11.
Kill. All right.
Well, trample, right?
Yeah, trample. Oh, I was hoping that miracle would come up. Right. Post combat. I'm gonna pay 2 into my shrine to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna use 6 of it to play my god, leaving 2. Yeah, I'll pump 1 more into that, and I'll do her ability or gain life because she was a creature. Oh yeah, this is in my deck. That's a nice. It's this little Kozilek.
Wow.
It's going to go into my hand. So it's fine. I wouldn't pay any attention to that. That's just a thing. Can't play it this turn. I will pay 2 to level up my elf because I can. I'll leave the mana up. Still no lands, so yeah, that's turn.
Before you end turn, I'm going to float 7 mana.
Love it.
I will draw. I will untap. Yes, I now have the highest power, so I draw an extra card and discard it. The Akroan games, or the first Rowan game, sorry.
Why are you drawing and discarding?
Because I have the highest power amongst, or tied for greatest creature. Oh, of course, chains isn't a thing anymore, is it?
Yeah.
If you got rid of it.
All right then. Well, I'm not going to play it. I'm going to float another 7 mana. So that goes to 18. Yeah. And then Omnath, Locus of Mana, is going to punt Nathan out of the game.
Okay. I deserve that.
You took half my library, goddamn you! Post combat, I'm going to use 5 of that mana to put 3 counters on the Incubation Druid.
Okay, I was sorry, I was talking. I was like, whoa, in response.
Oh.
Sorry. For some reason.
Sorry, you have a combat response. Apologies.
Yeah. I was seeing if I could find something that would save Nathan.
Oh, okay. I guess you didn't.
I did not.
Okay.
I found something that would have removed chains.
You're no longer cursed.
Then I play the first Rowan games.
Wow.
Make
that was
human.
That was absolutely brutal.
Oh, creature.
Typically, that is not something you will see often, I don't think. But yeah.
No.
So.
Yeah, that's Omnath.
Yeah, that's why I was terrified.
No, I have endeavoured to empty my mana pool as much as I can.
I'm still mildly terrified.
Yeah, don't blame you. I pass the turn now.
I'm gonna make a vampire.
Okay, on. Nice.
Draw. That doesn't help me either. Oh, I really wanted to save Nathan. Right.
I always do run like fogs on the hope that one day I'll be able to do it for someone else, but they never come in my hand when someone dies.
Yeah.
This deck is rammed full of them. For that precise circumstance, I wanted to be able to survive long enough that I could save someone else.
Wasn't really my letters for this deck.
Right. Yeah, no, the annoying thing is, I drew something that off the Azor's gateway that would have destroyed chains. So you wouldn't have been left in such a horrible position.
Sad.
Now, how do I proceed? So many scary things. I'm going to move into combat.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw everything at Tom.
Interesting.
He's
So
on the highest
make
life.
2 more.
Yep.
What's that thing's life? I'm enjoying the life gain. It's a bit annoying.
So this is a 7/7. These are 4/4s. Everything else are 1/1s.
Yeah. I'm gonna block the 7/7 with Nylia. I'm gonna block one of the 4/4s. Could block kill. I don't think any lands in ages though. I shall block one of the 1/1s with my beast.
Sure. So you're going to take you're taking 8.
Yeah.
And I'm gaining 13.
Cool. So the cat I block with.
This is gone. Yeah. This is gone.
Oh, no one's on. What?
1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Descend upon the sinful. Exile all creatures.
Oh, jeez.
Cool.
In response, I will do my God's ability.
Mm-hmm.
Do I actually want that land?
You have to mill it, I think, right?
Oh,
it's you may. You keep it on top, or yeah, okay.
I think I'll actually leave it. Cost, not even. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going. Board wipes had to happen eventually.
Yeah.
I don't mind when it's everyone's affected. It's when cyclonic rifts happen. It's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'm going to.
Oh, it's exiled.
Yeah, it's all exiled. I'm going to play a Lotus Field.
Did you not have Delirium?
No.
Really?
Oh, jeez.
I only had lands and creatures in my graveyard. Oh, and Hour of Devastation. But yeah, I only had 3.
Yeah.
I don't particularly want Heimer. I don't care for it. Okay.
Is that gonna be turn?
Yes. Yeah, I'm done.
Alright. I will draw this. Oh, not on tie deck.
Your mana now disappears, unfortunately,
Yeah.
Rob.
I will set that. I will set it to 1 because I can't set it to 0. 0 is not a number, so I shall just draw it off the board.
I'm just going to play out Nylia for 8.
As an enchantment.
Just an 8-mana enchantment that makes your creatures cost 1 less. Oh yeah.
Value.
I pass on that.
Okay.
I'm also gonna Sanctum of the Sun.
I draw.
Throw yet another land.
Amazing.
I play a forest.
Nice.
I play Omnath.
Yay, all the commanders back out.
I might
Float
even
another
cast mine on
3.
my turn. Yes.
So I have a 4/4, and the first Roman games would have triggered. So I would have had to put a 3/3 +1/+1 counters on target creature I controlled. However, I controlled no creatures at the time that triggered. So I will pass the turn.
Okay. Tap.
Sometimes.
Draw. Ooh. That doesn't help me particularly. I'm going to play a Legion Loyalist.
How very loyal.
And then
Nice.
my commander comes out for the first time.
Better.
Oh no, I minus a point because I didn't play my commander.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, I believe your net gain for this week is 0, I'm sorry to say.
I have had a week.
Yeah. Yeah. That is brutal.
Oh no.
Then I'm going to move into combat. And attack Tom for 2.
Makes
Melee trigger! Ugh. Get some!
yeah. Then one drop haste. Legion
Yeah.
Loyalist is such a good card. Okay. I'll draw.
Right, so I'm only 3 out of the 5 out of the Azor's Gateway, even though there's 4 cards under there, because I've thrown 2 lands.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure everyone's aware.
Choices, and I don't know what's the right one. Can I do both? 1, 2, 3. No. Oh no.
Oh, I could have saved.
Oh, 1 minute.
I've just reread the cards in my hand.
Actually, no, I'm an idiot. I forgot my commander reduces cost. Yeah, I'm gonna pay 9 mana for a casual Eldrazi. I had earlier.
For the love of...
Yeah, I was gonna save the board weight for it, and then I was like, don't particularly care.
So I'm gonna draw 4 cards. Now that I can. 1.
Yeah, it's the Annihilator list. The Annihilator thing.
I know. Just throw a big enough creature at him that he has to block you. Simples.
Yeah. It's simples.
I need to make my commander 21 points of power, so he has to block in 1 turn.
That's gonna be.
That's the only way he will block.
I mean, or you just do like 12 commander damage to him, and then what's he going to do next turn?
I won't have stuff next turn, I'm sure. This will be balancing.
You'll still have one big thing.
That's true. Oh dear. Okay. Is that your turn, Tom?
Yeah.
Okay. I untap. I control a creature with power 4 or greater, so I draw 2 cards, thanks to the first Roman games.
Nice.
Yeah. And so you're effectively drawing 3. Because draw happens before this.
Indeed. So... I play Forest. I'm going to tap for 9 and just add that straight to my pool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to swing with the 13/13.
At?
Tom.
Yeah! Get some!
Oh, Rob, I didn't want to have to kill you next turn. Fair enough. I'll take 13.
That's fighting talk.
It is. I'm then going to remove 4 green from my mana pool to play a fun little card once I find the token that goes with it.
Is it Hornet Queen?
No.
Hornet
Queen
Haunt Queen is so good.
Beacon of Creation. I put a 1/1 green insect creature token into play for each forest I control and shuffle it into my library. So I get 9 ants.
Nice. That saves you from Annihilator at least.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Good,
8.
good.
And that goes into my library.
Huh.
I am protected from Annihilator. I suspect I might die. Pass turn.
I'm gonna do the thing. Oh, that's useful.
No one's ready for the thing.
Oh, geez. Now I have to decide what I'm getting rid of. I could get that. That'd be amazing. But it's unlikely. So I'm gonna put a Johnny. Untap. Draw.
I have a horrible feeling Tom's going to give that thing trample and it's going to swing at me.
I mean, you didn't have to attack me with your commander.
It was the biggest thing I had. Annihilator is a terrifyingly...
Alright, I'm going to play Anax,
mechanic.
Hardened in the Forge. He is currently a 3/3. When another non-token creature I control dies, I make a Satyr. If it had form or power, I make 2 of them instead.
Oh, I love the card.
And then I'm going to play Angel of Invention.
I use a 4/3 actually.
Oh yeah, because my commander has pips. Nice. And then I am going to make some surveys.
Nice.
So I am also vaguely protected from Annihilator. And I can't really do much about either of your boards, so I'm going to pass.
Cool. Alright.
Come on, Tom. Kill me.
Oh,
Witness
no.
me!
I don't think I can, to be honest. You both flooded your boards very nicely. Which means I'm probably dead to either you next turn.
I can't kill you. I mean, my power does get more when I attack, but I can't do a huge amount.
It all depends if you attack with
Everything.
because you're on 13 commander damage from me.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you'd have to hold Kozilek back, because if you attack me and I survive, then I have you, unless you flood your board with more creatures.
Yeah. Which is a possibility.
A distinct possibility.
Yeah, I managed to do one play. Who do I king make, I guess?
No, you should play to win.
Play
No,
to win.
I'm dead. I'm dead. Like,
Ow.
you both, like, either of you kill me, or like put me down to a point where the next person kills me. Like, I don't feel.
I'm not entirely sure, but okay. Now, Nathan,
So
what
now
are your
I spin
opinions
the
on this
wheel.
matter?
Mine?
Yeah.
I don't know why Tom thinks he's dead. Unless he's got shit in his hand.
There we have a third opinion. A second? Fourth opinion? I don't know.
Surely he just plays stuff to get his devotion to green up. And then he's got Nylea
as a blocker as well, yeah.
Indestructible blocker.
No, well,
but that's just my thoughts. If he can't do it, then he can't do it.
Yeah.
Depends how many pips of devotion he has in his hand.
wish I could spin the wheel and then do my spicy play, but I can only do one or the other. Okay, fine. I will play out like I'm not dead until I am dead, but I'm facing I'm going to die in my next turn cycle. I will do my commander's ability. Oh, we did get a creature. It's not too great though.
Costs green less for each green creature you control.
So currently none.
Single. Oh, it's not a creature.
It's not a creature. Yeah. It's an enchantment at the moment.
Wow.
Pay for that. Oh, I wish I hadn't used all my green sources to do that. It's sad. This makes it cost 2 less. Still costs 6. Is it 8 at base? Yeah. So can't do that. Yeah, I'm feeling horrendous. Play my demigod. Gata?
Renata.
Oh, there you go.
You played it the turn after I played mine. That's cute.
Yeah, look at the demigods of the gods. It's nice. And then I guess I'll play my other Nyx.
Gross. Okay.
I can ever get some pips. Then I don't think I can afford to swing. There's too many.
Omnath
yeah,
doesn't have trample.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass.
Okay, I'm going to untap. The beginning of my upkeep, Triumph of Ferocity will trigger. In response, I'm going to tap my.
I don't think it's a trigger. I think.
Does it go on the stack to be interacted with in any meaningful way?
Only if you have a creature with the greatest power, I think.
Right.
What's it called?
Well, isn't it untap upkeep though?
I can. Yeah, but you don't get priority to do anything.
Exactly. I have to have it be a trigger on the stack for me to be able to respond to it by tapping all of my mana. If I only get one card, I only get one.
I will check Gatherer, but I believe it checks.
Checks before putting itself on the stack and keeps that
information.
Oh no!
Its ability will trigger at the beginning of each of your upkeeps, regardless of who controls the creature with the greatest power. The ability checks whether you'll draw a card when it resolves.
Cool. I'm going to float another 9.
That is not how I thought that card works, but neat.
I have greatest power.
It doesn't read that way, to be honest.
2 cards.
It doesn't read that way, but
I agree.
That is literally the rulings text on Gatherer, so that is the answer.
I also now have a gold token, which I'm immediately going to sack for green mana.
Okay.
Because I may or may not have forgotten to get it from the token pile.
Fair.
So yeah. The 1919.
Gold is weird. They should have more things with gold.
I agree.
I was kind of hoping you would see more in Ixalan because of all the treasure and things.
It's just treasure, isn't it? Yeah, it's the same.
It's exactly the same as treasure. I think it's identical.
13. Yeah. I play Iron Scale Hydra. It's a 5/5, and if a creature would deal combat damage to Iron Scale Hydra, prevent that damage and put a +1/+1 counter on Iron Scale Hydra.
Ooh. Nice.
Cool.
I worry about the crackback from Phil.
Crackback!
No, right.
It's that angel that's the problem.
What, my flying vigilant lifelink 2/1?
Yeah, it flies. Basically. I'm going to pass turn.
Untap.
We're at that point now that sort of like the crackback is too strong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like Phil's deck's built to deal with the situation though.
He will out-aggro us.
My deck's built to go wide, but I'm not... Yeah, I don't know what to do.
If I'm alive in my turn, I'm going to be happy. That's all I... at that point.
Depends whether Phil can kill Tom.
Well, I've drawn a really interesting card, and I think I was talking to Nathan about it when I was building the deck. But I didn't tell him what it was.
Love it.
Oh, is this the...
the really weird card?
Yeah, but you wouldn't tell me what it was.
The really... And I've literally just drawn it, but I don't know what to do.
Play it, just so that I can see it.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about this thing as well now.
It doesn't do a lot at this point.
So? Don't bother me. I've got no stakes in this anymore.
I mean, to be honest... 1, 2, 3, 4. Death or glory. Separate all creature cards in my graveyard into 2 face-up piles. Remove the pile of an opponent's choice from the game and return the other to play. Would be better if I had more things in my graveyard.
Whilst we resolve this, we will get...
there's literally 2 cards.
Oh.
Rob, which one of these do I get back?
Oh, jeez. That's a horrible choice.
The other one's exiled. So you can see what I mean. It's a really weird card.
What?
Yeah. So...
Well, this is quite a choice.
Oh, okay, so it's normally really funny just when there's more than 2 creatures.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be an interesting challenge.
Interesting.
Right. We have decided that a Chroma Angel of Wrath is going to come in because, yeah.
I now have two flying vigilant creatures. Wonderful.
Good.
Yeah, casual 7/7 because of Angel of Invention.
And 51 life.
Yeah.
And if I attack both of you, they both get +2/+2.
Yay.
Hooray.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. I don't think I can kill either of you, though. I cannot kill either of you. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move into combat. And a Chroma is going to attack Tom. An Angel of Invention is going to attack Rob.
Okay.
So, it's a 4/3. And then a Chroma is a 9/9.
Cool.
I will take 4.
What's given a Chroma haste?
The
Her
card.
Chroma has haste.
She's a weird white creature with haste.
She does have haste.
Yeah.
I read all
It's
of the
ridiculous.
everything else. I read everything else apart from haste.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm going to pass.
All right.
So,
good.
Tom, yeah, we're friends, right?
This game has taken a very weird turn.
It really has.
Death or glory!
I think it's going to be glory for you, Phil.
Here's hoping.
I mean, yeah, like we kind of need to both work together here.
100%.
I can do a funny.
Cool.
But it's probably enough to kill him because he's on such a stupid life total. But I'm going to be left fairly open to do it. But
That's fine.
Right. I'm going to start off by paying 1 for a lovely little Utopia tree.
It's a tree.
And it's going to be you.
It's a very old tree.
Then I guess I'm just going to go straight into it. So I've got 3 pips amongst my creatures.
You have 4.
Does she count as a creature whilst in this state, or just
Oh,
she's not a creature.
she's
an
not a
enchantment,
creature, but
counts
she
to
does
devotion.
add to your devotion. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not in my tips. It's fine.
Oh, for the Calni Hydra. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will pay 5 for a lovely little Hydra.
She is now very much a creature.
Can confirm creature.
Very much.
Also, sorry, my
your devotion
is putting +1 counters on these creatures they're entering as well. So
counter on County and counter on Utopia. Your devotion to green is suddenly massive.
I have some devotion to green.
You're pretty devoted.
So I guess I'll do that post. Well, how much does Shrine make? Put 2 Shrine.
10, 11. You have 12 devotion.
12 devotion. Cool. So I'm going to use 2 of it for regrowth.
Ooh, nice.
I wish I had that card.
Any card from my go-to hands. I'm going to get this lovely Miracle.
Ooh, very nice.
I'm going to cast said Miracle. I'm going to cast this Miracle on my Demigod. So she gets +6/6 trample, and all creatures have to block it.
That is thing.
I have, however, 6 floating, so I'm going to use 3 of it to do.
Right, did you not use 6 of it for that?
I've got so I've got 2. I've got 4 mana floating. Sorry, okay, because I've used 8 so far of my 12.
Oh yeah.
So I use 3 of the remaining 4 to flip. I'm going to mill it.
Miller Forest.
Oh, that was exciting. I think I will just go into combat at that point. So what do you? I could. I think. Just because
you've got 2 creatures.
Mana floating. I'm going to pay 2 more with my floating to use Coast and Grip on the gateway.
Aw, I was going to sacrifice that to the Annihilator.
Yeah, that's actually that. Okay, I meant to do that to reduce your Annihilate. Yeah, that's good. All right. I will then swing my 2 fairly hefty dudes at Phil.
And this has to be blocked.
That has to be blocked by
everything.
Okay.
Don't know where that's.
So, in response to the Annihilate trigger, white, 1. Heliod's intervention, I'm going to destroy Renata. So, this is what I drew. This is what I drew off you attacking Nathan. Yeah. And then I realized I could have saved him because I could have made him gain some life. But
because it was for exacties.
Yeah. Okay.
Being an enchantment always backfires.
So now I have to annihilate 4 permanents.
Yeah.
Tricky. Servo.
I thought you were going to move those 2 off the board for a second. I was going, are you insane?
Good choice, good choice.
It's funny, because if Akroma had 1 more power, I could have just blocked and killed that.
Yeah.
First strike. Yep. I hate so much. And I'm gonna get rid of Loyalist.
Interesting.
Who makes a Satyr.
That is true. Is that Satyr then going to block? Oh no, it can't block.
Did I not pick up Satyrs?
Oh no.
There's a Satyr.
I've got one. It's fine.
Ah, thank you.
What are you going to do about the 12 damage?
Probably just going to take 12, you know.
You are on 55.
That is true.
Yeah, I'm going to declare no blocks.
Cool. Post combat then, I think I will just keep rolling the the dice. So
Nice.
taps for 10. So I'll use 3 of it, leaving 7. Nope. Use 3 of it, leaving 4. Not creature. I'll have it. I'll play it for 1. So I have 3 left. I will do it again.
Oh.
That's a very good creature.
That is a very good creature.
That's a creature. That's a creature that kills both of us if you have another turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I pass. I was hoping that was going to be a sort of pseudo board wipe, so I'm dead. Have fun, Rob.
I won't.
You're basically dead if you don't do something as well.
Well, my 2 flyers is only 11 damage if they attack the same person.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Depends.
That's something. Yeah.
It depends whether you... I mean, you have a lot of life. You can soak up a few hits from me. I can't soak up many from you. If you focus down Tom, I'm piddly small fry in the way.
Well, if you attack Tom with everything, I can kill Tom. Because I can do 11 in the air. So you only need to get 4 creatures through. You don't even have to attack him with everything.
Interesting propositions you have here.
And then you'll get second place.
Or first, if you draw a board wipe next turn. Or if you've got one this turn.
Board wipe in green?
They exist. Mostly...
I mean, I just attempted one, yeah.
Managorger Hydra.
Yeah, go for it.
Oracle of Moldaya.
Nice.
There's a forest on top of my library, so I'm going to play that. I believe I can do it from the top of my library.
That is a thing you're allowed to do, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. There is another forest, so I'm going to play another forest from the top of my library. My Tornado Elemental. Yeah. That was my anti-fly attack.
Oh, see, now I can kill one of you, and then the other one kills me.
I think we should definitely make that choice, Rob.
I very much
May the
agree.
best green player win.
Oh, Tom. Right. Okay. Let's soften Tom up a bit.
Oh no, he's traded with the devil. Oh well. Fair play.
I mean, to be fair, if I kill you, then he just plays this next turn, and I'm not as much of a threat to him.
My insects, all 8 of them. That can't be right. There should be 9, I think, but never mind. All of them are going to swing at Tom.
Yeah, don't block.
Ooh, interesting.
Very interesting. Okay.
I mean, I still don't think I can kill both of you.
I bolster Omnath by another 4 power, because why not? And I'm going to pass the turn.
Come on, draw a good card. That's not a very good card. It's not a very good card.
Phil can kill.
Okay. I'm going to move into combat.
Okie doke.
And I'm going to attack Rob with the Angel of Invention, Tom with a Chroma.
Cool.
And then you've got an 18/18, which is far bigger than any of my ground creatures. So I guess that's it. So it's 7, 9 at Tom, 4 at Rob.
That's lethal on Tom, right?
It is.
Yeah.
In response,
Oh, you're gonna
I'm
let him
going to
kill
play
us.
Thwart the Enemy,
Oh no!
and I'm going to prevent all damage that would be dealt by creatures at my opponent's control. So
He did the thing.
I did the thing.
Oh, I did not anticipate the thing. Oh no.
I mean, I was kind of expecting it, but I thought you were going to go for a higher place instead.
I'm hoping that Tom is going to remember that fact
and kill us
and
both.
Kill you.
You know he has End Raise Foe Runners.
Yep.
It's the one card in his hand. Sure. So my damage is prevented. I pass the turn.
Immense. I can't believe I'm untapping. Rob, you're amazing.
This deck was designed with the specific purpose of having
I can't even count the amount of times I've built my decks to do that, and I've never had the fog. It's been so sad.
Yeah. I've had it a few times. I could have done it this time, but I forgot.
Alright, I'll play a forest.
But you searched for the card to try and save me.
Huh?
Search for the card.
Yeah, I know, and then I didn't read it properly.
I'm going to pay 3 to do Nylia's thing. Alright. Next Bloom Ancient. Shall we end with 1 billion mana? That could be funny. Can we get him out? I think we can.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay 6 for Nyx Bloom Ancient.
Yeah.
So anytime I tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times as much.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
I'm just going to tap my Nyx Lotus for sum.
How much is the sum?
10, 11, 13, 39?
Holy mackerel.
14 times 3?
It's only 13, right?
Nylia's 1, Nyx is 3, so that's 4 plus the 8, 10 from here. Because that's
14,
8,
yeah.
9, 10, yeah.
Right. 42 then.
Yeah, that'll do. Ah, 32. Right, before I get carried away, because nothing else in my deck has haste, I'm going to spend 6 of that. Go down to 36.
I really hope this is another fog.
For a and raise 4 runners.
Not the only one, Phil.
Then I have a lot of mana, so I'm going to do my ability a few times. So let's see, 1. Okay. Yeah, I'll play that. So that's cost me 3 plus 6. That's cost me 9.
No, I think that's you 6.
Yeah, but cost me 3 to the ability.
Oh, sure.
Regal Force is going to enter and draw me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards.
Right, I mean, Tom, you're in the position where you're going to have too big of a board for me to be able to kill you next turn. Right? I saved you last turn.
I'm not swinging at you, if that makes you feel better.
Thank you.
So I was just moving the stuff that can attack up here.
I don't even know if I full swing can even kill Phil, to be honest. So I'm just going to see what weakens we're into. So I didn't draw anything of note, to be honest. So I'm going to do ability. Well, that's a fog, but I can't draw it. That's actually
you either mill it or leave it on top of your library forever.
I know, right? Oh, I've got no other draw in this deck. Screw it. Again. No. That's just down to 21. This is all going to go in combat, so I need to float it all now. Again, lame. Good 18. That's all the multiples of 3 at the moment, so there's that. That's fun, but that's not a creature. Look, Nathan, it's Mill.
Okay.
Haha.
That's not a creature. That's not a creature. Oh no.
Oh,
Hey, that's a creature. Well, that's a fun creature for more mana. Fun. Oh, that draws cards as well. I will have that. That costs
You become the
me
monarch.
5. I get a nice hat. That
Do you have a monarch token?
I should have a monarch. I don't often run. Oh, there you go. Yeah, nice little hat for Tom. Big hat. Nice. Okay, I've got 1 mana left. So I will play a Jared Offshoot. That puts that away. Okay, that's gonna be, I think, my fun pre-combat. So
You can make more mana.
I could make more mana, but there's nothing. I don't. Probably actually. Like the only thing I can think, I have Elvish Harbinger, which gives all my elves +1/+1, but like none of the creatures that can swing this turn are elves. And anything that does do sort of buffing isn't a creature, so I can't draw it. So it makes no difference. I'm just gonna. I really want more damage than this, but I don't think I can buff it.
But you might be able to play more creatures.
It's a ridiculous amount of damage, though.
It's a solid swing. Yeah, that's going to come all.
They all have vigilance.
Oh, I forget it's the vigilance trample. Damn. Okay, that actually feels really good. Yeah. Okay, so that's going forwards at you.
All at me.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a vampire.
Nice.
Vigilance and tram. One, two, 3.
I'd forgotten about Annihilator.
Yeah, it's so brutal. It's before blocking. At least you got a thing that explodes your creatures into tokens.
Yeah, but the tokens can't block.
Yes.
And they all have trample anyway, so... They're all big.
Yeah, because the +2/+1.
Oh boy. Boy, oh boy.
I'd like to take this moment to thank Rob for putting me in the situation. I was not expecting to even decisions. I would do my best to live to one day fog for you.
You have exactly lethal on the board right now. Swinging.
Is it actually?
Phil, exactly 43. I've just done the maths.
Okay, so he's going to survive this time.
He is going to survive. So the game is not actually over at this point.
Alright, a Chroma will block. You can just kill it. A Chroma is going to block this tree because the white border upsets me.
Love it.
That is the best reason for killing a thing I think I've ever heard. Its border is wrong, it will die.
The Angel of Invention will block. There's only 1 damage. I gain 2 though. This will also block.
Block what, sorry?
it doesn't matter. They all have trample. It can't kill any of them.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, fair enough.
And Anax will jump in the way of 3 as well. So I'm preventing 4 and gaining 2. So I'm on 6.
I believe so.
Seems good.
By all means, double check my maths.
Do you want to chomp block to kill the little ones?
These can't block.
No, I think you have them. Because they're only like... It's a total of 5 plus 4, so 9 toughness.
Yeah, I blocked you with 4 power. Or 5 power.
Oh, brutal. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not enough to kill one. Sorry. Okay, fine. So yeah, the Utopia.
A Chroma kills one.
Yeah.
A Chroma...
Oh, and the other rest of them killed that then?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other 2 kill the other one, yeah.
Okay. Kill.
What? Yep, that was horrific.
Cool.
Okay, post combat. I'm gonna do some more mana. So I'm gonna tap this forest for a lot.
2.
So
no.
it's getting because of that.
You add 4.
Do I get 3?
You add.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I'm getting 3 and then 1 more. Yeah, so I'm getting 4. Cool.
Jesus.
I'm gonna use 2 of. Let's get my little floating counter up. So I'm gonna just set that back. I'm going to use only 2 of it to activate my shrine again. So this shrine is going to add some.
Oh, wow.
Let's see.
12, 13, 21. You're adding 63.
12,
13. These only go up to 50.
I find it funny we're in a position where we need more than 50 green mana for our mana pool.
There you go.
I can bring the +1 that my Regal Behemoth gives me.
No.
Cool.
So you get an additional 1.
that additional good power there, Tom. Good power.
And then you're adding another 30. There you go. That's how much you have. 66.
6. Oh right. Let's do my ability a few times. I'll use just
Jeebus.
I just want to hold. Oh, that's a creature.
That's a good creature.
I will cast that. That costs 2. You might want to pause this because this might take a while to resolve.
Let's come back to the insanity in a bit.
Okay, right. We are done.
We are done. We have finished resolving Tom's epic mananess of mana, which was mad. You managed to pick up a Rishkar Pima Renegade, a Karametra's Acolyte, an Ulvenwald Tracker, a Nisavasward Seer, which you do have...
I went and grabbed that.
Fair enough, so that should be the Planeswalker.
It doesn't put one on the battlefield?
No, it puts into hand.
Oh no, it does put it into the hand. Apologies, yeah. I am wrong.
And I have played my land this time.
Elder Gargaroth and Elvish Mystic came out as well. So Tom now does have a solution to the Achroma Angel of Wrath problem.
It's 1. It'll do.
For a turn.
Right, I will go to my end step. So I would discard...
No, you have a reliquary tower. You have a reliquary tower.
I don't need to. I'll just put it back in my hand. And
you also draw a card.
I untap. I put the Tornado Elemental into my hand. I believe the top card of my library will flip. And I put that into my hand because I have the highest power amongst creatures still. And then top card of my library, Obstinate Baloth, is revealed. Can't play it, unfortunately. I lost count of the amount of spells Tom played in his turn.
5
Many.
or 6.
Only the creatures in play. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Cool.
Oh, plus the things I played before that, which were these. So Yeah, basically all the creatures
I
that
think
didn't swing.
he caught those ones though.
I
Because
caught
I didn't
ones
play anything
before
on my turn.
combat.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah,
casual.
so post combat was just 6.
A 10/10 trampler.
This is nice.
Well, you can kill me for sure.
Yeah.
But then I think Tom would kill you.
Just a
Probably.
little.
It's just a feeling I have.
Yeah, I have that sneaking suspicion myself. Because did you notice what none of the cards that I drew were? Fogs.
You still had that one card in hand.
That is true. I did still have that one card in hand. I am gonna secure second place for myself.
I could draw a board wipe. I have at least two more.
A board wipe is not good for me when I have a relatively small hand and all my mana would disappear.
Fair enough. One of them is Austere Command, and I could avoid hitting all your tokens and things. And Omnath.
What are the chances? Well, it's a 1 in 70 chance that you draw Austere Command next turn.
Yeah, it's like a 3 in 70 that I draw a useful board wipe.
Useful for you. No.
Rob, because like...
Or just direct damage.
Like, you allow me to be here, so I will swing at Phil in one turn, and then the turn after that, I'll go for you. I won't try and take you both out at the same time.
I mean, I think Rob's just going to kill me.
But you just...
Oh, that is such a painful deal, Tom.
But then you could just like kill Phil now. So yeah.
I think
that was the deal with like not swinging at me, like basically.
Unless I'm guaranteed. Well,
I can't kill either of you.
Do I risk first place or guarantee second? Fuck it, I'm gonna risk first.
I can't kill either of you, so
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tap 7 for Tornado Elemental.
Oop. Now I definitely kill you.
Then I'm going to pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. That's not that useful. That's really not that useful.
So it wasn't that Austere Command then?
It was not. Oop. Figure of Destiny!
Oh yeah.
Oh,
the original level up.
That is not what you would call useful.
And then, because I can, I'm just going to cast my commander again.
Nice.
Then I'm going to move into combat.
Love it.
I'm going to attack each of you with 2 satyrs. They're 3/3s.
My Iron Scale Hydra and Tornado Elemental are going to block both of them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm dead regardless, so whatever.
Yeah. Not Nalia and Kozilek can block.
Cool. I'm done.
Fair. All right.
Like, I could have saved them to not die to Annihilator, but it doesn't matter. Whatever you attack me with, I die.
The big sad. Right, I'm not going to try and do anything too mad after my last turn. I'm just going to get right to the point. So I want to pay 5 for Kamal, who has
that is disgusting.
On a stick.
Yeah,
you could tap Nykthos, I think, and do that 10 times.
Something like that. I haven't actually done the math. I am going to pay... Oh god, it's loads. Alright, I'm going to tap my Lotus.
for lots.
For a fair amount.
Please hold whilst maths ensues.
6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 12, 13. Plus 9, so 22 plus that. So exact 30?
If you say so.
Blimey.
I think. 10.
27. I think. Yeah.
5.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So for 90 mana.
That 90 mana sounds good. That divides by 5.
It does. 18 times.
Casual
yeah.
90 mana.
Let's have 90 mana. That'll do. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm gonna pump that in now. So that goes 90 divided by 5.
18. It's 18
but
times.
then times by 3. So everything's getting plus 54 plus 54.
Yep.
So I'm going to swing at Phil with my Elvish Mystic. My Nissa. I want to swing with at least 2 things. Oh, I swing with that against life.
I mean, they gain trample, right?
Yeah.
You only need to block. You only need to attack with 1 then.
Oh,
you could kill him with the Elvish Mystic.
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah. Screw it.
And then you just attack. What's his face with everything else?
What's his face?
Sorry.
Yeah, to be fair, I kind of deserve that.
At least I remember someone's name. Just this.
So sorry, Rob.
This also has
completely
vigilance.
fine.
It also has vigilance. Yeah, that.
I deserve it. I'm sorry.
Yes, I can't think of what you could possibly. Oh, you haven't got a hand. Yeah, it's just give you that. I did agree that I will give Rob a turn because he did let me live this far.
Don't give him a turn.
I'm gonna block with Figure of Destiny.
I'm gonna gain 3 life on the swing as well.
Yeah,
I take many life.
Cool.
Tom, I'm really confused. You swing at Rob and you kill him.
Yeah, but he let me be here. I did say I was going to do it, and
But now he's going to swing and kill you.
How?
I'd love to see Rob try and swing and kill.
He can get him to 6. If he's got any form of pump, Tornado Elemental will probably kill you.
However, I do not.
I'm just going to end by playing a Null-Mage Shepherd. I pass.
Fair. I drew in my turn a Obstinate Baloth, obviously, and a Manglehorn, revealing Thragtusk on the top of my library. I did not draw a Fog. That was my kind of only hope, is that I drew a Fog type effect, so I would swing with Tornado Elemental, bring Tom down to 4, and Fog in response. At this point, I'm happy to call the game his, because he can just do what he did to you. I have no responses, nothing I can do. I have 4 creatures in my hand, none of which help.
That's fair.
Yeah, we think we know what they all are as well.
No, you don't know one of them.
Your draws, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. So, whoop.
Yeah.
That was
Green.
a lot closer than I actually expected.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I did not think this deck... to be fair, I thought I was going to end with 1 land and my commander, and that's it. So, yeah.
Yeah, the second card down was an Obscuring Haze.
I regret not saving Nathan, because I could have done that.
That save was amazing.
That was my mistake. Ooh. I did. I saw it coming.
I felt,
but there's not a lot I could do about it. So
I did feel bad killing you, Nathan. I'm sorry, but
that was devastating. That play.
You halved my library. I was just I have an opportunity to kill the person that's just done that to me. Why would I pass that up?
It's a shame you couldn't quite do it with commander damage.
Yeah.
It was 19 instead of 21.
100 damage kills from you.
Yeah.
I guess it's probably you couldn't build a pure Omnath deck because you were doing Scrabble.
Exactly. So I tried to put in lots of like X cost stuff in there, so I could spend a couple of turns like banking mana, and then suddenly there's a massive, great big 12/12 Mistcutter Hydra that appears, and people have to deal with it. That sort of thing. That was the hope for this
I'm not
one.
in blue, so
I didn't know that when I was doing the deck build.
Okay.
So it was a case of right. I have something that has pro color. I'm gonna run it.
Yeah.
Because it could ruin someone's day, so I will try. But yeah.
Also, what was fun, I had 2 more ways of doing that Nyx thing, so I could have had like 270 mana that turn. That would have been
That was ridiculous.
green things.
Green being green.
Green being green indeed. That was good though. I actually really like this deck.
Yeah, so I've played her as a 60 before, and melee is interesting.
As a Boros deck, I didn't feel it was that bad, and I've got like Howling Mine and the Hammer of Borgarden to like get the extra draws, and like the Azor's Gateway to try and like fix drawing something useful. I just couldn't keep up with the mana advantage you guys had.
Yeah, that was definitely some mono green.
Yeah, it kind of sucked going out really early.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But maybe I shouldn't pay £700 cards.
Yeah, that was that enchantment, man.
Oh man, so mean.
It was.
And just for the record, I didn't realise that this card was a thing until today when I looked at the value of the deck. I was like, how is it £1,000? Oh, this one card. Oh, is this a thing?
Yeah, mine is not near that at all.
Yeah. So I think we should all be in agreement that we put that on the don't play list.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I mean, I had time to run it up until now, but yeah.
What was it called again?
Chains of Meth for hell no.
Chains of Meth.
Derpy card art.
Fistosteles.
Close enough. We won't know. We'll never play it again.
No, that was good. And it's nice to see someone finally getting a save another player. That's
Yeah.
That's the first time someone saved someone, even though Phil could have saved me.
I could have done, and I wish I had, because I needed the help.
I was really hoping I was going to get another fog and save Phil. But when I didn't, I thought, I'm just going to kill the angel.
Yeah.
Well done, Tom.
Yeah,
Indeed.
well done. It was a hard-fought victory.
I was.
I'm glad Tom
thank you,
won.
Rob.
I wanted Tom to win after I went out.
I wanted you to win because Mill.
Oh.
I
hate Mill. Mill is the worst archetype ever. I hate it.
I completely agree.
I remember a Born of the Gods draft in my local game store many years ago. Pack one, pick one, Fenax. And I was like, oh yes.
Oh.
And then I drafted 6 of the 0/6 walls for 3. Because everyone's like, they're garbage. I'm going to get better things. I was like, another wall. Yes, please.
You are a bad person, Phil.
Hey, I went 3-0 on the draft. Because no one could break through my walls. And then I mill them in 2 turns.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen that.
It was glorious. I wouldn't wish it upon anyone, but it was glorious.
Yeah, mill and draft is so rude because like 40 card decks as well.
40 card minimum. And it's like, unless you draw specific answers, but it's like, are you saving a kill spell for the 0/6?
Yeah, who saves a kill spell for a wall?
Exactly. And then Fenox comes down, and they're like, "Oh, but I can't even kill that."
Oh.
Yeah,
Gross.
yeah. I have a soft spot for Fenox, and it's a shame it didn't. I mean, to be fair, it did quite a lot.
Yeah,
The
I mean
deck.
the play.
Yeah.
In the few turns it got, yes, it did quite a lot.
I'm sorry, Nathan.
Oh. Yeah, that was funny. Oh, okay. Well, next week we are returning to another theme from season 1, which is our budget decks. So the entire deck, other than basic lands, comes to $50 or less at the time of creation, because we understand prices go up and down. And yeah, so that's what we've got next week. I'm kind of excited about this one. I'm going to continue my theme. So you know I am in monocolor of one of the 2 I played today. Just going from 5 down to 1. So I'll give you that little hint.
I'm liking the little sub-theme running through your themes, though.
Yeah. It's really weird that it's just happened to come out that way, because I rolled a 4, so it happened to be 4. Then each of you gave me a different color, so I happened to be 3. And I was like, I'll carry on. As you do. You see patterns and everything.
That's nice.
But yes. So that will be next week's video.
My goal
hopefully.
for the budget deck is to make my budget deck less than $15.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
You madman! Is that including the commander as well?
Including the commander.
Jeez.
okay. I'm interested in seeing what comes out of that. Well, I know what commander I'm going to use. I just haven't got the deck polished off yet. So
Fair enough. That's time. We've got a week.
exactly.
Got a week, and I've got things to do. I've got to sort out a new scoreboard and stuff. I've been toying around with some ideas. It might not work for next week, but we'll see.
Excellent.
Okay, well, I think that is everything from us. Then we'll let you all get back to your lives, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Bye from us.
Bye.
Boy.